Donald Trump just sent a major warning to investors. If this is going to happen, it will take down the entire US economy and the stock market alongside with it. These are not my words. This is literally what Donald Trump said. And this could possibly happen in the next couple of weeks. And that's why all millionaires right now are preparing for a massive stock market crash. If the Supreme Court will take a decision to rule against Trump's tariffs, according to Donald Trump himself, the economy is going to crash. Now, the point of this video isn't to scare you, but rather to explain to you what exactly is happening and how you can use this information to your advantage and make money off it by investing in the right stocks. So if you're ready, give this video a thumbs up and let's get right into it. Just read Trump's tweet. The actual number that we have to pay back for any reason if the Supreme Court is going to decide to rule against the tariffs, it would be like hundreds of billions of dollars. And that does not even include the amount of paybacks for companies that lost money as a result of these tariffs. When these investments are added, we are talking about like trillions of dollars that the US government will have to pay. It is going to turn into a complete mess and almost impossible for our country to pay. And anybody who says that it can be quickly and easily done would be making false, inaccurate, or totally misunderstood answer to this very large and complex question. So Trump basically understands how catastrophic this could be for the entire US economy. Let's go back for a moment. What exactly is a tariff? A tariff basically a tax that one country imposes on another. Let's say that there is a US company, let's call it for the sake of simplification Apple, and this company wants to buy something in China. Let's say they manufacture their products in China. When they ship it from China to the United States, in order to sell it in the US market, they have to pay a tax that we call a tariff. So these tariffs are not basically paid by China, but rather these tariffs are paid by the US companies to the US government. So because they're paying this tariff, their products in the United States are going to be much more expensive, which is going to force these companies to build their stuff in the United States, because making them in China and bringing them to the United States is now much more expensive. But if the Supreme Court is going to cancel these tariffs, the US government collected $300 billion from these tariffs. Now suddenly the government will have to pay back these companies the $300 billion that it collected. And if you know anything about the US government, the government doesn't actually have any extra cash. Any money that the government is raising from taxes is instantly spent. And these companies were forced to invest hundreds of billions of dollars, and in total probably trillions of dollars, in the United States to avoid at least some of these tariffs temporarily. So if you were forced to make so much investments in the United States because of these tariffs, and now these tariffs are suddenly illegal, you can actually sue the government and ask for your money back because you were forced to make these investments. There are also potential losses. How many businesses were forced to close down their doors because they no longer could do a business? The entire business model was on the basis that you're going to bring that from China for a cheaper price because they're manufacturing that thing in China for a cheaper price, and you will sell it for a much higher price in the United States. And because there is like a 30 or 40% tariff that you have to pay to the US government, your margins are going to shrink to 0%. And who wants to do a business when you're not making any money or whatsoever? You can also sue the government. And that's why there are right now over 1,000 companies that have filed against the US government due to these tariffs. Let's look at the budget of the US government. For 2026, the government is expected to generate $5.5 trillion. Now, this seems like a lot of money. Now, I can tell you for a fact that there isn't a single government in the world that is raising so much money in taxes. $5.5 trillion. But remember, last year the government generated $300 billion from tariffs. So if we assume hypothetically that this year the government will also raise $300 billion, most likely that number is going to be a lot higher, because when he introduced the tariffs, first of all, it wasn't instantly in January, but rather it was probably around April. Then there were exceptions for many companies because it was a sudden shock and companies were not ready for that, which is why if we are going to be completely honest about it, the total probable amount that the government will collect this year from tariffs is going to be far more than $300 billion. So about $300 to $500 billion of this amount is supposed to come from tariffs. On the other side, the total expenses are expected to be $7.3 trillion. So the government is already running about $2 trillion deficit anyways. And these are estimates. The expenses usually always exceed the expectations, which is why this $2 trillion could be way more than that. First of all, if the Supreme Court will overrule the government's decision, this number is instantly going to hike. The $300 billion that the government has to pay back to these businesses and the potential losses they made because they were forced to make these investments because the government forced them to do so. Though this could be like anything from hundreds of billions of dollars to literally trillions of dollars. We can't know for a fact how big this number is going to be. And even Donald Trump basically is saying that this could be trillions of dollars. But let's be optimistic. Let's say, for example, that it is going to be another $300 billion. And the total expenses probably for 2026 because of these tariffs are going to rise to $8 trillion. Even in the best case scenario where expenses will rise to just $8 trillion, while income is going to fall to $5.3 trillion, most likely $5.2 trillion, the total deficit will be $2.8 to $3 trillion. This deficit is going to be way larger than the deficit the government ran in 2020 when the government distributed stimulus checks to every American because everybody was forced to stay in their homes. Do you see how catastrophic this could literally be for the US government? The total debt is going to accelerate to numbers that we cannot possibly even imagine right now. It is also going to substantially slow down the GDP. What is a GDP at the end of the day? It is literally consumption, investment, government spending, exports minus imports. Because you have introduced these tariffs, suddenly you have a lot less imports. And if you pull out the data and check out the total imports, they've literally dropped by about 50% since Donald Trump has taken office, because these tariffs are making imports much more expensive. And who wants to pay more money? You want to pay less money. So most goods, especially cheaper goods, are very elastic, which means that their prices are very sensitive, or the demand for these goods are very sensitive to the price. If the price suddenly rises by 30 or 40%, the demand for it is going to substantially go down by 20 to 30%. So less people are buying those things. So if you're canceling the tariffs, suddenly imports are going to become a lot more cheaper and imports are going to rise. And this mathematically is going to lead to a slowdown in GDP. All of this could be compensated by the government spending if the total spending is going to cross $8 trillion. Because the government is the largest spender in any economy. How much money do you spend a year? Not much. The US government, even without canceling these tariffs, will spend $7 trillion. And if we add another extra $1 trillion to those spending for 2026, you can quickly see that probably all of that could be compensated, but that's not healthy economic growth, because any kind of massive spending by the government is very inflationary, because that money is not earned by the government. When you're making money, you're either working and you're adding real value to the society, or maybe you're building a business and that business adds real value to the society. But when the government is spending money, the government isn't actually bringing any value to the society. What the government is essentially doing is that it is forcing you to take a portion of the value that you have added to the society and taxing you and taking that money and spending it. But because the US government spends way more than it earns, then it prints money and creates debt. And any debt is way more inflationary than a normal spending, which is why the more the government spending is going to rise, the more inflation it is going to create. Now, the real question comes back at the end of the day is that How will that impact the stock market? Now, at first glance, it seems like it is going to lead to a massive stock market crash because it looks like a disaster. It is normal that it is going to turn into a panic. Whenever you see that investors are panicking because there is some kind of uncertainty in the market, investors quickly sell their investments because they don't know what to expect. When you are investing like trillions of dollars like Wall Street does, you're very nervous about every single thing that happens in the world. And any kind of huge uncertainty about the future of the economy is going to make you nervous. You sell your investments and move those investments into more safer investments such as debt, such as US treasuries, which is why there is a probability that there is going to be a lot of massive sell-off in the market where prices are going to tank short term. However, that is going to recover. If you have seen any kind of market crashes throughout history, you see that there is always a fluctuation. There is a panic, everybody panics, everybody sells. And then suddenly everybody realizes so many people have sold, and now these stocks are being sold at a discount. Now, secondly, because there is consistent inflation, nobody wants to hold a lot of cash. You could be holding some cash in the short run, but not in the long run, which is why investors will have to invest that money back. And of course, we are running through this AI revolution and nobody wants to miss it. So even if there is going to be any kind of a short panic in the market most likely is going to quickly recover. And historically, the market is recovering way faster than it used to do back in the days. Go back to 2020. The market crashes, 4 months, the market recovers instantly. And that was like one of the largest crashes in history. Go back to last year when Trump introduced the tariffs. The market crashes, a few months later, the market recovers. So if you invested back at the bottom of the market, you would literally be up by 40%. So what investors are looking, especially professional millionaire investors, they know that this is an opportunity that they're waiting because they don't know what is going to be the final decision of the Supreme Court. But if it's going to lead to a market crash, then they're waiting for this opportunity. But it's also great news for the US because it will restore faith in the US system. It will send a clear message to investors that the President of the United States cannot possibly do anything he wants, and there is a court system and a justice system that can stop anybody, including the President of the United States. And finally, the United States is still the safe haven. Whenever there are crises, investors quickly panic and they move their money into places where they can be confident that money is not going to be stolen, that money is not going to evaporate. When things are good and everything is growing, you want to invest in risky investments because things are stable. You can predict the future much easier, so you're more likely to take risky investments. When things are unstable, when there is a crisis, when there is chaos, you're not thinking about how can I maximize my returns. You're thinking about how do I not lose my money? So you move your money into investments that are way safer. And if you look at the world map today, tell me another country that can compete with the United States to be a safe haven. There aren't such examples, which is why even if there is going to be such panic, a lot of investors will bring money back to the United States, investing in the US markets, which is another reason to be optimistic if there is going to be such a massive crash. But let's go back to Trump's plan. Trump still wants to bring manufacturing back to the United States. And now the only option he has is to devalue the currency. His first strategy was that I'm going to impose so much tariffs that it is simply going to be so expensive to bring that thing to the United States that you better just build it in the US or pay like a 40 or 50% tariff. Now there are no tariffs. What options do you have to bring manufacturing to the US? Well, the second option is to make the dollar so less valuable that it becomes cheaper to build stuff in the US. So every single country has a currency, and that currency basically represents of how rich the economy is in one way. So if the currency is very strong in relation to other currencies, then the cost of labor in your country or the cost of production in your country suddenly becomes much more expensive. But if your currency is very weak in relation to other currencies, then the cost of labor, manufacturing in your country stuff is a lot cheaper, which is why most countries like China, they want to boost their exports. And the Chinese economy primarily has been growing because of exports. And China systematically, over the last 40 years, has been actively making their currency less valuable so that Chinese exports become much more price competitive and cheaper outside China to continue growing their exports. Haven't you heard that they accuse China of currency manipulation? Well, if you are systematically and purposely devaluing your currency, that's what we call currency manipulation. And Trump has been trying to do that last year, by the way. So now the only option for Trump will be is to devalue the currency to bring manufacturing back to the United States. So that if you are a business in the US, if you're Apple, if you are Ford, if you are whoever you are, and then you're looking at the currencies and the dollar becomes so weak that you realize that it's just much cheaper for you to build that thing in America, because if you build it in China and bring it to the United States, because of the exchange rate, you're not making any profit. So if Trump further devalues the dollar in 2026, you can expect higher asset prices. When you're devaluing the currency, asset prices in the market have to adjust. And that's why you see house prices rising, stock prices rising, gold prices rising. Now, one of the main reasons that gold prices have been rising so fast recently is because the dollar is losing so much of its value. Why do you think stock prices are rising so fast? Just look at the stock prices like since 2020. If you don't actually count the crash of 2022, other than that, the stock market is growing double digits because the dollar is losing so much of its value. Which is why the probability of market growing just because the dollar losing of its value is incredibly high. Now you have this information. The only question to you right now is that what are you going to do with this information? You can completely ignore it, or you can ask yourself a question. How can I profit from this information? Which stocks do I have to buy in order to profit from this crash that most likely is going to happen? Now, if you want to know which stocks I will be buying, you can check out the Investing Academy. That's where I post which stocks do I buy. I've also created a completely free investing guide for anybody who wants to learn to start investing. A step-by-step guide so that you don't have another excuse, because there is a free investing program that will teach you everything you need to know to get started. If you want access to the Investing Academy, check out the first link in the description of this video.